They up the level, I'ma up the level with them every time.
Shakur Stevenson.
I mean what I say, lines on the cover.
Oh, Charlo just dropped moving with that sweeping right and goes down face first. It's over.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, KQKC, Boxing Network, and, of course, I got the Young G, my partner, Knockout Boxing 86 on TV. What's going on, Knockout?
Man, what's going down, KQ? How you doing this morning, man?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. There's a lot going on, and I'm just looking at things, and things don't look right. Videos, men is not being men no more. I don't know what's going on, but I guess we're going to have to talk about it, But first, I got to see who all in the building, all right? So, and Knockout probably be on his phone, technical difficulties he having, so that's all right, though. We're still going to give you the conversation that you need. All right. All right. Let's see who all in the building first. All right. Yes, sir. We got all things. It's up in here. We got Ray Patterson, New Jersey. Stand up. All right. Yes, sir. We got Joseph Jackson. What's going on, JJ? What's happening with you? All right. Yes, sir. We got Boss Dog in here. All right. We got Arena. What's going on, Queen? How you doing? All right. We got Trey Sab in here. A Philly all talk. Yes, sir. In the words of Southpaw TV, they ain't built like that. All right, yes, sir. Okay, who else we got up in here? Texas 16 South. All right, yes, sir. And we got my man Big Dog Willie is up in here. All right, what's going on, Dorian Brown? What's going on, DB? All right, good to see you, brother. All right, Trayvon, 2 Trill up in here. All right, salute to you, Trayvon. All right, Jay, what's going on, Jay? The Horseman, baby, is up in here. All right, yes, sir. DJ Black Shine Music, it's up in here. All right, I appreciate you the other day, man. Yes, sir, coming up and giving me your opinion and voicing your thoughts. All right, yes, sir. All right, Big Block, it's up in here. What's going on, Big Block? Emmanuel, a pedigree. It's up in here. All right. Yes, sir. All right. That's Joseph Jackson. Yes, sir. All right. But we got Picasso. All right. Picasso. What's going on, Picasso? All right. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right. Yes, sir. Okay. Who else we got up in here? I think that's about it for right now. Knockout. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's about it.
Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button. We got a lot to talk about. It's so much news going on in boxing. Before we get to that, though, we did have a fight yesterday that I think we got to talk about to start the show, KQKC. Galal Yafai might have ended Sonny Edwards' career. Like Sonny Edwards, how the mighty have fallen. This dude got his ass beat up yesterday. And if you're a channel member on my channel, we told y'all that Galal Yafai was the pick. What do you think of that fight, man? What happened to Sonny Edwards yesterday, man? You were calling the fight. What happened, bro? I thought he was supposed to be the best boxer at 112 pounds.
Well, like I told everybody, I wasn't really too high on Sonny Edwards till I got more familiar with him on your debate series. I remember very, very well that Queens of the Ring, Boxiana, she had him as her to talk about, to debate. And the things that she was saying about him, I was kind of, amazed that, he was that, that guy down there at a lower weight class. And he didn't disappoint me in the previous fights. But last night, oh, man, yesterday evening, man, what happened was it was all over with in round one. Round one. Why? because he came in and put the pressure on him and never stopped. And Edwards could never recover. He could never recover. He could never get him off of him. He didn't have nothing that could keep him off of him at all. I mean, these are smaller guys, but still they are the same weight. And what Sonny was throwing, it just wasn't enough. I mean, he just was getting hit with everything. Every time he getting ready to raise his hand up, he get hit with 2, then 3. So he can never recover, man. And it is what it is. So I mean, shout out to both guys. But it was a great game plan. Sonny liked to box, move around, this and that, but he couldn't do nothing yesterday evening. He couldn't do nothing with on your fire coming in there with the pressure. So that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, but one interesting thing about that situation, and one point that I want to make to the audience is Sonny Edwards and Galal Yafai has sparred hundreds and hundreds of rounds together. I think this should be a warning. I think this should be a lesson to people that put a lot of emphasis when they think that the fighter that they support got the best of sparring. It just shows how much 16-ounce gloves and how much headgear and how much a body protector really matters, because all these hundreds rounds of sparring where they say it was back and forth and it was really, really close, and Sonny was even saying how he got the better of him and all of that shit. The moment they took that headgear off, the moment they took those body protectors off, the moment those gloves got smaller, it looked like Sonny didn't even belong in the ring with him. It looked like he didn't even belong in the ring with him. Them punches hit much different when them gloves get real and you ain't got that headgear on to protect you. So I think that's a point that people need to understand when covering the sport of boxing and talking about other fights, KQ, because you would have thought there's no way Sonny ever was able to share the ring with this dude and do anything with him. When you watch that fight, you like, oh no, he has nothing for him. He can't keep him off of him. This dude just walking through Sonny. But when they in the gym together practicing, KQ, and them gloves is way bigger, and you got a face mask on or some headgear on helping you take punches. Oh, you the man. You were probably swimming without getting wet, taking shots, telling them to come on. All kinds of. But then that shit got way different when the fight got real. So I think that's something that people need to keep in mind when discussing boxing. But as far as the actual fight that we witnessed, I mean, you're correct. In round 1, when he just sprinted across the ring and just threw caution to the wind and just started going at Sonny, I knew Sonny was in trouble. And I told people this, KQ, when I did the breakdown and the prediction of it, I was like, if Galal, because they were showing, I don't know if you watched the face-off, they were showing a lot of respect to each other. They were real respectful during the face-off. I said, if Galal Yafai can throw all that quote-unquote respect out the window and can just go after Sonny, he going to beat Sonny up. It's going to be a real difficult fight for Sonny. And, man, that's exactly what he did. He threw that shit out the window. He didn't care nothing about them being friends. He ran right across that ring, and he was on Sonny like white on rice, man. And congratulations to him. I see people trying to I was watching some comments yesterday and some commentary yesterday, and people were trying to take credit away from Galal Yafai, talking about how Sonny didn't want to be there, how he was checked out and all that stuff. Well, that ain't Yafai fault. That's on Sonny. You can't take credit away from him because Sonny Edwards was in a funk or whatever excuse you want to give him. So salute to Galal Yafai. He announced himself at the 112-pound division, and we'll see what's next for him. But Sonny Edwards, he got one of them fatal flaws, KQ. You can only last so long without a chin, and you can only last so long if you ain't got no power to keep nobody up off you. Eventually, you're gonna reach a level where you're gonna fight some real fighters, and they're gonna be like, man, fuck all that boxing and all that stuff. I don't care about that. I'm just gonna come across the ring. I'm gonna beat you up because you're weak. And that's exactly what happened to him, man. So congratulations to Galal Yafai. We'll see what's next for him. But I don't have nothing else on it, man. You got it.
Right. Yeah, Big Dog Willie in the super chat, baby. What's going on? He said the 4 cap kings of the apocalypse. Bill Haney is the leader of the fearsome foursome, but Schofield is the enforcer of the group. How he handled that female who cheated him in dominoes. Now that's a man. All right.
Damn. Damn. I mean, we might as well go there since Big Dog Willie go there. We can get that out the way too. That video that released the Schofield Senior putting paws on that woman. Man, what's your reaction to that, man? What you think of that?
Well, Dean's by any means, crown jewel on boxing. You know, they put it just like I would put it. First of all, they got a mold in their group. They got a mold in their home because, like I told you, how that tape got released, for one. And number two, you never know no one till you really, really know them behind closed doors. This man, now this just happened less than, what do you say, use my woman in 2022, whatever, 23, whatever. So this just happened, let's say about a year ago or less. And you do not put your hand on no woman down. Now, you do what you want to do, but I don't want no parts of it. Because one thing about it is I wasn't raised like that. If I was raised like that, I couldn't do that. My mama and my daddy always talked it out, never was physical, and you never get physical with a woman. I don't care if everybody got a mama, everybody got a daughter, everybody got a sister or whatever, and I got 3 girls. Like I told a lot of my people in my chat before my daughter went down that aisle, I told her husband, look here, I don't care what y'all do behind closed doors. I don't care what you all argue about. But one thing you're not going to do is put your hands on my daughter. That's one thing I always said. You know, do what you want, whatever, but don't put your hands on my daughter. And that was it. I said, listen, I'm giving her to you. I'm not loaning her to you. I'm giving her to you. And so, therefore, what he did was wrong. And he needed to get himself some help. Now, Kid Schofield allegedly supposed to be fighting Shakur Stevenson. Now, this is over his head. This is over his head. And now, Kid Schofield, now let me remind you all that he is not a senior. He's the junior. All right? Because his father is Floyd Schofield, number 1. Then the father is junior, and Kid Schofield is the 3rd. And his son is the 4th. So a lot of people get that mixed up. But still in all, he need his ass whooped. He need his ass whooped by a real man. Because real men don't do that. Real men don't lay their hands on a woman. A real man will walk out that door, get some air, or sit down and talk it out. If there's no talking out, there's no reaching no agreement, then okay, let the courts handle it. But don't ever put your hand on a woman. Ever. And like I say, I don't have no respect for him. I don't have no respect. All the respect I had going out the window. Matter of fact, I got to delete that interview I did with his ass. The first,
Damn, yeah. Talk that shit. You say, get off my channel.
Yeah.
Get off my channel, bro.
Yes. You know,
I'm fucking
I just don't agree with it, you know. And listen, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you didn't want her or if she didn't want your ass, then okay, fine. You know, fine. Okay, move on. But I don't like that knockout. I don't want to keep on knocking a dead horse in it. But he don't get no play over here. I'm sorry. You know, so that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Well said, and I agree with 1000% with everything you said. What I'd add to it, just to bring a different perspective, is the fighter, Floyd Schofield, the 4th junior, whatever we call him, Kid Austin, whatever the fuck, he need to get the hell away from his daddy and separate himself from his daddy, bro.
Yeah.
You need, like, hey, you gonna have to tell your dad to stay behind the scenes, stop doing these interviews, stop all that talking and shit, because he gonna ruin your brand and he gonna ruin your career as well. So I want to see him separate himself, grow up, stop letting your daddy have your password, stop letting your daddy
dictate everything and hop it all in the videos and shit. And you're gonna have to grow some nuts as a man and separate yourself from that, unless you stand for that too.
Yeah.
See, birds of a feather flock together. So you're gonna have to separate yourself by not hanging around that, by denouncing that and saying that's my father, I love him, but I don't agree with nothing he did. And he's not part of this anymore. You already got Running Shields in your corner, so you can let Running Shields be your trainer. You need to be promoting yourself, and you need to, you know what I mean? You need to get away from that, bro, because he going down fast. He going down fucking fast, and he gonna take you with him.
Yeah.
He gonna take you with him. You staying by that shit. So so that's what I want to see from him. I'm gonna be watching very, very closely.
Yeah.
How the fighter responds to this, because there ain't no way around that, bro. Ain't no way around that. You on tape and shit. You got that voice. You got that same voice that everybody knows. So ain't no denying the shit. You can't act like it wasn't you. So I want to see what the son does, because I've already, like you said, there's no respect for the father, but I still got some hope for Kid Austin. But what he does in the next coming month or two is gonna really show me who that young man is. His daddy shouldn't be in no more interviews with him. He need to separate himself, and I think he need to get a new trainer and get a new team or whatever. And if your daddy still want to come to the fight because he love you and support you, or you want to watch the fight on TV, then cool. But as far as being part of your team, being a spokesman for your team and shit, nah, bro. Nah, y'all gotta get that. Y'all gotta get that taken care of. So that's my thoughts on it, man. I agree with everything you said, and it's time for the fighter, Kid Austin. It's time for him to put some action together and take care of this. Otherwise, he gonna be left looking stupid, and his daddy gonna drag him down with him, bro.
Yeah. Like Drink More Water said here, he's not going to do that though, because you can't get rid of your father, of course, but you can't have him to step back and say, Dad, look, you need to go figure this out. You need to go lay on somebody's couch and figure this out, But right now, I need to focus on this fight with Shakur, because I don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is my big shot. So I need a manager, trainer, whatever, to go in, to be there for me, and I need his eyes to be my eyes, So, but to put him in a position like he did on that tape, go back in there, Now people laughed at me when I said that he had to be off the phone at 10 o'clock, and I wasn't lying. This is what I was told, So he's controlling. We see that every interview he does, he don't do it without him. If he does, he gets up like he busy, then he come pop back in the interview, get out, pop back in, So he has a control habit, and it's gonna get worse if you don't get help. That's all I gotta say. So that's it.
Already, shout out to the homie D1 with the 2-piece in the cash app. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the love, fam. So you brought up something else pertaining to Kid Austin. So I guess we might as well go there since we got so much to talk about. Shakur Stevenson versus Kid Austin. Negotiations look like they fell apart, just like I told y'all they would. Oscar De La Hoya said basically, I'm not putting my prospect in there with Shakur Stevenson. The Schofields are claiming that they're gonna go with the fight anyway. They appreciate Oscar's advice, but they can go through with the fight anyway. And Shakur is saying, what's next now for me is Bob Arum gonna let Raymond Muratalla fight me. What's your thoughts on Kid Austin and Shakur Stevenson? Are we getting that fight? If we don't get that fight, who you blaming? What's your thoughts around everything that's going on with they back and forth right now?
Right now, I would say that we're not getting that fight. Now, wait, now they want to fight. Team Austin, they want to fight. Oscar don't want to fight, and nobody else wants to fight but them. Now, if they think they good enough to beat Shakur Stevenson, which they think he is, they believe that they can beat everybody in that division except Gervonta Davis. Now, that's their words, not mine. Now, of course, I don't think he's ready yet, I think he need to, get a little more fights on his belt before he take on someone like Shakur. Now, don't get me wrong. Shakur Stevenson ain't like he knocking out people and stuff like that now. Don't get me wrong. All right. But still, he is more advanced. He has been a champion. He has been in numerous of fights. He has fought under the bright lights, amateur and pro. And so you're not used to that yet. And Oscar, I get it because he's your young prospect or contender, and you don't want to wreck his career right now. Now, Oscar might wreck it later on, but he don't want to wreck it right now. And right now before he gets started. And I don't blame him. Sometimes you got to hold back and wait your turn. Sometimes you got to take baby steps to get to where you need to be. So if I was them, I would say, hey, I want to push it because according to Schofield, they don't need the money. They don't need the money. They got money. Okay, well, then hold up then. Hold up. So that's why I'm at with that. The fight will not happen. No matter what. It will not happen because Oscar don't want it. And of course, Eddie don't want to put Shakur in there because Shakur, he's gonna look bad. He's gonna look bad. Not only will he make Kid Austin look bad, he's gonna look bad fighting a prospect, or contender, whatever you want to call him. So and that's all I have on that knockout.
Yeah, man, I agree with you that the fight is not gonna happen. I told people when they first started talking about they were negotiating this fight, and Shakur fans got all excited. Fight fans were excited that Shakur could be fighting Floyd Schofield. I told people, man, Oscar's not finna just give up his one of his prized possessions to Shakur Stevenson to beat on for one fight and then have him come back to Oscar and now all his values fucked up, bro. The business of boxing don't work that way. That shit's not happening. And and so as you can see, now it's all this public back and forth, and that's just to PR stunt, right? To have people that support Schofield and hate Shakur saying that Shakur ducked, or for people that like Shakur to be able to say Schofield ducked. At the end of the day, when you see these two entities going back and forth publicly, fights never get done that way, bro. They never get done that way. The mere fact that they on Twitter going back and forth doing YouTube interview after YouTube interview after YouTube interview, how many times do we have to see this play before we stop being dumb and believing what people are saying, bro? Like when do we get to the point? When do we get to the point where it's like that? Now people are saying it's a done deal. Let me look at this. Let me look at this thing right here. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this.
Now, what he said last night, Daddy Austin, what he said last night that, it's a done deal. Shakur just got to sign his part of the contract. Then it's not a done deal. It's not a done deal,
So Shakur is saying, I signed the contract today for it, but I don't believe everything I see on social media. Who knows what's what? All I can do is my part, and I'll believe it when I see it. So Shakur is even like he's saying he signed some shit, and I like, bro, let me know when they make a fight announcement, bro. Let me know. Let me know when they make a fight announcement, dog. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like anybody saying that, like you have to understand, you've never seen Shakur Stevenson do this before. You've never seen him sign a contract for a fight and then say, "Oh, I just signed. It's a done deal." It's never happened. So y'all keep letting them play in y'all face. Wake me up when they announce it and when they start training camp. I'm still holding firm to what I said. The man is literally saying, "I signed it, but I believe it when I see it." Okay, bro. All right, dog. Like whatever y'all. I signed my part, but I believe it when I see it.
Right, because he said that. Schofield said, "Well, Mill City asked him, well, are y'all going to make the announcement?" He said, "No, we're not going to make the announcement because it's on their end to make the announcement." Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. It's on Riyadh season to make the announcement. Wait a minute. It's on they don't even know who's going to make the announcement when the fight is made.
Right.
So if it gets made. So right now I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to sit and wait. Like what I tell y'all, sit and wait and see what happens. Don't jump the gun. You
I just
know.
don't see it, bro. Like Oscar. So you got too many things that points to the other right. Like Oscar told Shakur, you want these fights over here, you got to come sign with me. We know Oscar don't like Eddie Hearn, so why would he loan Eddie Hearn one of his prospects so that Eddie Hearn's new signed fighter can beat up on him, and he just helped Eddie Hearn help build a fighter or whatever? Like I just don't believe it. The Schofield said we want the fight, we accept the fight, but we gonna listen to Oscar. Like it's just too much shit that goes in the opposite direction for me to believe that the fight is gonna happen, bro. So until they sign the shit, until Turkey come with some fucking money that they can't refuse, then it is what it is, man. So I do want to ask another question about Shakur, but I'll let you get the super chat first.
Okay. Drink more water. He said Boots and Shakur, Boo Boo Andrade, MF's not getting any.
He said Boots and Shakur equal Boo Boo Andrade. So he's saying they the same. He said Boots and Shakur equal Boo Boo Andrade. Yeah, go ahead though, OG. My bad.
Boo Boo Andrade. All right. MF's not getting any fights on Matchroom and have no one to blame but themselves. Boo rep won the what's that sound there?
He said Boots rep the one down F with Eddie. Yeah. So drink be on all our live streams. Drink no, I've been banging this drum very, very hard. And that was my next question. That's why I wanted you to go ahead and read this super chat.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You go ahead.
But hopefully you hear me. Can you hear?
Yeah, but you fading in and out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
All right. What about now? Am I still skipping or am I good?
No, you good. You good.
All right. So what I was gonna ask you, that's why I wanted you to catch Drink Super Chat, because I've been banging this drum really, really hard. I was gonna ask you about this Matchroom shit. So Shakur Stevenson signing the Matchroom. We see what's going on. He's having so much trouble getting fights. And I predicted this. I'm telling people this. No one wanted to listen to me. What do you think of Eddie Hearn as a promoter? Because through all of this, Shakur Stevenson is still supporting Eddie Hearn. He says he's still one of the greatest promoters. He still loves Eddie Hearn. Yeah, he said this shit on Twitter. Yes, bro. Yes. He still thinks that Eddie Hearn is one of the best promoters out there. What do you think of Shakur's attitude and his decision to sign with Eddie Hearn and how he's still backing him? What's your thoughts on that, man? He just can't seem to get any fights. Now they're trying to move on to Raymond Muratalla, who's a top-ranked fighter. Like, it's bad news, bro. It's bad news on top of bad news. What do you think of Shakur and his partnership with Matchroom, man? Is it time to wave the white flag, or is there still any hope? What do you think of that, man?
Well, first of all, appreciate you drinking more water in the super chat. Well, I said it also. I said, listen, Boots and Shakur are making a very big mistake. Because what's going to end up happening is they are not going to fight fighters over here. They're going to end up fighting guys like Conor Ben, guys like over in the UK. That's what's going to happen. Because that's Eddie's ultimate outcome, to make the UK happy, not us. So Eddie said they should be a star. Well, you're not making them a star, Eddie. You're not making them a star at all. Shakur Stevenson, he hasn't faith in Eddie, but to me, that is what I call a quiet duck. A duck as far as fighting the real fighters over here and the other fighters that's at your weight class. So you go over to Eddie, which you know is hard to make sometimes, or you're gonna go over to Turkey in Riyadh season. I mean, why not? Because you don't sell that great anyway. So you might well go ahead over there. But still in all, he's not gonna get any good fights, because the way he fights, the style of the way he fights, Eddie is just not a good matchmaker. He's just not a good promoter. Now, of course, they don't have a lot of money either. A lot of people ain't talking about that. See, that's why Turkey pretty much was in his corner. But now Turkey left his corner and went over there to Frank Warren's. Now Eddie gonna have to do something to make big some big noise with Shakur Stevenson. That the pay to fight that fell through. I mean, the Cordina fight that fell through. Tank, yeah, I want to fight you, but I'm not ready right now. But I'll holler at you next summer. I mean, it's just too much he got going on. Jay Prince is just sitting back and collecting a check. That's it. Jay Prince is not doing nothing either. So basically, thank God it's only a 2-fight deal. I think 2-fight or 3-fight deal. But Boots, we're gonna get to Boots, but cause I got a lot to say about his ass too. But it's just too much for Eddie going on. I told everybody, and I don't mean to preach or go too long, but I told everybody that Turkey, he's saving boxing, he's saving this and that. Him and Eddie, no, he wasn't saving boxing. He was ruining boxing because he didn't know the demographics of boxing. That's why he lost a lot of money. Like I told everybody, give me a hot dog and a beer, I'm good. And that's what I want to watch, boxing. I'm good. I don't need no car. I don't need no concert. I don't need all that. And that's why he don't know what he's doing. Same way with Eddie. He don't know what he's doing. All Eddie think is you put two guys in there together at the same weight class, and wow, we got a great fight. No, that ain't how it is. That's not how it is. You might want to take some pointers from Top Rank. That's what you might want to do in matchmaking. So, but I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, that's all I got.
No, man, you 100% right. And when I remember when Shakur Stevenson was a free agent, I remember getting in debates. I remember people getting mad at me. I remember relationships I had with people I was cool with changing that are huge Shakur supporters, all because I was arguing Shakur signing the Matchroom is fucking stupid. It's dumb. If he wants to fight, he needs to go to where the fights are at. Otherwise, what's the point of being a free agent? That was always the overall point I was making, KQ, is if you're going to be free agent, you're leaving Top Rank, or you're going to go test the waters and you claim you want fights, what's the point of being a free agent if you don't put yourself in a position to get those fights? Now you fast forward to today, all of the people that Shakur Stevenson and his fans didn't want to be in control of his career, they're in control of his career anyway. He was hoping that Oscar De La Hoya would let Williams Zepeda fight him. He's hoping that Oscar De La Hoya would let Floyd Schofield fight him, right? And now he's hoping that Bob Arum will let Raymond Muratalla fight him. Those fights are not happening. People are not going to take. Top Rank got like 18, 20 fights invested in Raymond Muratalla where they paid him, they paid his opponents. They haven't made any money off of Raymond Muratalla. Now he's in a position where they can probably finally start making money off of him because he's about to start fighting for world titles. You think they gonna feed him to an outsider? You think when they finally done built him up, they about to give him to somebody that's not signed to they goddamn company? Like, come on, bro. That shit's not happening. And now it's such a bad decision. You sign to Eddie Hearn. Now you have to hope that Eddie Hearn can go to Turkey and hope that Turkey can go to another promoter and hope that promoter can get you to fight. Why not just, when you're free, why not just go directly to the person that got the fights in the first place? That was always the point. Right. And now he's running around here doing what, KQ? This guy's ducking me. That guy's ducking me. Yet every single guy that you calling out or that your promoter is quote unquote trying to send offers to, every last one of them is a cross-platform fight or a cross-promotional fight, I should say. Right. That shit makes no sense, bro. Why would you do that? Oh, man, people should just want to fight him. People should, man, the business of boxing don't work that way. And I maintain that Shakur fans hate when I say this. Devin fans like Joseph Jackson love when I say this. Shakur is not above doing what Devin Haney had to do to get fights, KQ. Devin Haney wanted Ryan Garcia. What do you have to do? And take his ass over there to Golden Boy. When he wanted undisputed, he wanted Lomachenko, what do you have to do? Had to take his ass over there to Top Rank. Yeah. When you don't have a big name and you don't sell tickets like that and you're not on pay-per-view and people don't feel like they can make money off of you, you have to be willing to give them a 2-fight deal. give them a 3-fight deal, give them a rematch clause so they feel like they can have some wiggle room with you and do some business with you. But this idea that he was going to sign the match room where they have no fighters, and then while he's there, they were just going to send offers out to all these other promoters, and those promoters were going to have no problem with it. That idea was asinine, and it was stupid enough. It was just so dumb to begin with. And now what we're going to have is he's going to be over here on Matchroom with no fighters, and people are going to be like, oh, this guy's ducking him. That guy's ducking him. Everyone's ducking him over here, when he could have made the decision to make it impossible to duck him by going directly to the source to get the fight. And he didn't do that shit, bro. And so, and so I don't want to say I don't feel sorry for him, but I will say I saw this shit coming from a mile away. And it's a shame that he didn't. It's a shame that his team didn't. It's a shame that his fans didn't, unless he don't give a fuck and he just all about that money and this is all the show. If he just signed over there and he don't care who he fight, and it's just for him getting money, then okay, then you did the right decision. But if it's him really wanting smoke and really wanting to prove that he's the best KQ and not on some pump fake shit, then this was an absolute horrible move, because he ain't gonna get no fights over there. He's gonna end up, like I told y'all, fighting Joe Cordina in Newark, New Jersey. He's gonna fight Joe Cordina in Newark, New Jersey, because that fight is already signed, and ain't nobody gonna give him a loaner for no Shakur Steve. You can give Canelo a loaner fight. You can give Tank Davis a loaner fight where you just send your fighter over to them. Your fighter probably gonna lose, because losing to them actually helps your fighter's value. Losing to Shakur don't help you. Losing to Shakur ain't gonna make you no big star.
Right.
So shit, ain't nobody finna just send people to you, dog. You should have went to where the fights was at, and you didn't. And now you about to fight Joe Cordina. Good luck with that fight. That's all I got, man.
Man, oh man. The phenomenal show. What's going on? Is it in the background listening? People forget that Tank just said earlier this year that Boots made the wrong decision standing with Matchroom. And he has a bad team around him.
Well, shout out to Phenomenal Show in that super chat to my OG KQKC. We appreciate you, Phenomenal Show, and I know you're always listening, but we got to talk about that anyway. We're going to talk about that next anyway. So he dropped the super chat, KQ. We might as well get there. Do you got anything else on Shakur Stevenson before we move on?
No, it's just that now what he's going to do, we got to see the next move. You know, and Kid Austin is not it. Now, no matter what they say, that fight is not happening. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. You notice when they say, and I want everybody to think about this, qualifiers, right? What I mean by that is, every time somebody from either side tell you it's a done deal, they tell you it's a done deal, but then they always qualify that shit and put some bullshit in the other side. So when you hear the Schofields talk, you hear them say shit like, we accept the fight, but we gonna listen to Oscar De La Hoya though. It's all but done. It's all but signed. They always qualify that shit. You just saw Shakur Stevenson on Twitter today. It's a done deal. I signed my part, but I believe it when I see it. Like pay attention, bro. Pay attention to these dudes, man. I'm trying to learn y'all. So they always qualify some shit. That should let you know something right there, man. You got another super chat. You got another super chat for Big Dog Willie, man.
Big Dog Willie with the $2 holla, baby. He said Tank Maniacs starting this Sunday off strong. Hayden.
You notice how he spent $2. He spent $2 to tell you that shit, but he ain't spent $2 to refute nothing I said. Notice that now. Notice how he spent $2 to tell you that we hating, but he didn't spend $2 to tell you nothing we said was wrong. Yeah, but let's get to Boots though, so Big Dog Willie can get his panties out of a bunch, man. Let's get to Boots Ennis, man. And salute to my brother Big Dog Willie, man. Appreciate you showing OG love, dog.
Appreciate it.
So Boots Ennis, man. Virgil Ortiz. Now, it looked like a duck. It quacked like a duck. It smelled like a duck. Boots is saying he didn't even know they was negotiating the fight. That's what Boots said, man. Damn, Boots, I like you too. And some of the homies I rock with love Boots, but y'all gotta get this. Y'all gotta get this action. If y'all want to debate it, man, I'll be
Man.
live tomorrow night, but this shit a duck, OG. What you think? What you think of what's going on with Boots and Virgil Ortiz, man? They saying Boots turned down the fight because he wanted Virgil to make 147 pounds for the fight. Virgil said he signed. Eddie was saying he was trying to make the fight with Boots, and Boots was like, oh, but what about 147? I want undisputed. But then Boots said he didn't even know they were negotiating the fight. Like, it's crazy. And then he said my announcement on whether or not I'm staying at 47 or 54 is gonna come at a later date. We just out here. We just don't know how to respond to this, man. What do you think? What do you think of Boots and Virgil Ortiz negotiations falling apart, man? Oh, and then there was a report that they verbally agreed, but how they verbally agree if Boots don't know nothing? It's just a lot of bullshit, man. Can you weed out the bullshit for us? What is going on?
Well, okay, Virgil, and like I say, I'm just giving my opinion. Okay, now Virgil, he was straight up. All right, look, hey, I'll fight, no problem. Boots, yeah, no problem. Okay, let's get it on. But then again, when they get into the particulars of the fight, Boots said, "Oh, we fighting at 154. Oh, I thought 147." Now this is the excuse they saying Boots didn't know that he was fighting at 154. Now, how the hell you don't know you fighting what weight class you fighting at? Now, I just don't get that. Now, I understand you want to be undisputed at 147. I get that. But I told everyone, only way that Boots can stop people from walking out of his fight is by fighting bigger names. Get a fan base like at 154. Now, he had a chance to do that by fighting no other than Ortiz. Now, Virgil all good to go. Now, he know damn well, and like I say, he know what's going on in boxing. He know Virgil can't make 147 because of medical reasons, and the weight cut is just
That boy damn near died. That boy damn near died trying to make.
Yes. And you said, I thought it's gonna be at 150, 140, 54, 147. Yeah, that's what he said. He thought it was gonna be at 147. And I'm like, well, how you didn't know that? I mean, and shout out to Bozy too, but y'all dropping the ball on this. And I'm sorry, like Timothy Bradley say, I'm sorry, this is a duck. This is a straight up duck, and I like Boots. I'm a fan of him, right? I just called it, a little bit like I saw, y'all going and jumping and calling him the next Terrence Crawford. He only had damn 2 fights, and y'all went and dumped the gun. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. No, he ain't there yet. He ain't there yet. No, he ain't ready yet. And now it seems like he still ain't ready. Because right now his career is going in a squiggly line. He don't know what he's doing. Now, the big mistake he made is he should have signed with PBC in the first damn place. That's the first step he should have done. Why? Because Steven Espinosa and him had a good relationship when he was at Showtime. And then Steven Espinosa, he went on over to PBC. And he should have went on over there also. Because he would have been more get built up better than Eddie. Because, like I said, and I'm going to still say this, Eddie going to feed him to the UK crowd. He going to be walking out to sweet goddamn Carolina. And that's what's going to happen. And they always seem to happen like that. Demetrius Andrade, Danny Jacobs. All right? Yeah. Danny Jacobs was with the zone too. But he was advised by what? Al Heyman. So, but I just don't understand it. If you want to be that star, if you want to be a guy like Terrence Crawford, because right now, you're looking real bad out there, Boots. You are. You're supposed to be the next, what they call it, phenom. But right now, you're not looking like that. You're looking like, you just want to fight guys at 147 that you can beat, that you can win. But the belts are spread all over the place right now. So how that gonna work? How that's gonna work? You know, so but that's how I see it. That's how I see it, and I'm not saying he's scared or anything like that. But he need to fight at 154. He need to develop a fan base and get his career rolling because the biological clock is ticking. Knockout,
Mm-hmm.
it's ticking, man. You know, it's
Yeah,
ticking. You know,
yeah.
so yeah. So
So let's take this in stages, OG, if I could. So number one, Boots trying to fight at 147 because he's a chick. I see the homie D1 in the chat, and he's not the only one that has said things like this. So let's take it step by step. So Boots, the 147, 154 conversation. Boots Ennis and his team and everybody in boxing knows that Virgil Ortiz cannot make 147 pounds anymore, because everyone knows what he experienced. He tried to fight Imantas Stanionis like 2 or 3 times and had to keep pulling out because he was getting hospitalized trying to make 147 pounds. So Boots' team knows this, and Virgil Ortiz team knows this. Everybody in boxing knows this. So how can that be a duck when you ask for something that is unrealistic in negotiations? It's a price out. It's a price out by way of trying to get him to make a weight that you know he can't make, that you know he's going to say no to. So that is a duck. When you ask for something unrealistic, then you're ducking. So for instance, that's like if somebody is in negotiations with Canelo Alvarez and they want Canelo Alvarez to fight at their weight class, you're ducking him. If you're in negotiation with Tank Davis and you want Tank Davis to fight you in the UK, you're ducking him. If you're in negotiations with Virgil Ortiz and you're asking him to come back down to 147, sorry, that doesn't make any sense. That is a duck. Specifically, when I watched Boots Ennis on camera in the ring say he was going to 154 pounds because he wanted to have more pop. And if he can't get any of these other champions, then he wants to go to 154 pounds. Not my words, his words. So unless he ends up fighting Brian Norman Jr. next, which is not going to happen because Brian Norman Jr. is fighting in March. Unless he ends up fighting Imantas Stanionis next, which is not going to happen because Imantas Stanionis is on Tank Davis's undercard, then this is a duck. It's a duck. If he knew about it, right? Now let's talk about him not knowing about it. And this is no escape. This is what really is damaging to me, KQ. Boots is claiming not to know about the offer. He's claiming not to know about the negotiations. He's claiming that they were negotiating without him. But we got him on camera saying 154. Okay, cool. You didn't know about it. You didn't know that they were negotiating. Eddie was negotiating behind your back. No problem. Okay, now you know. What's up? Now you know. You didn't know they were negotiating. Okay, you've been under a rock. Everybody in the world knew you were negotiating the fight except you. You've been under a rock. No problem. Okay, well, you found out yesterday. Now what?
Man.
Now what, KQ? He found out yesterday. It's December the 1st. Fight not till February 22nd. You're not going to get a bigger fight. You're not going to get no more money. You're not going to get more money fighting nobody else. Okay, you didn't know. We'll get, even though I think that shit is unrealistic as fuck, you didn't know that they were offering you a Virgil Ortiz fight. The biggest fight of your career. It's been publicly known for at least 2 or 3 weeks now that they were trying to make you versus motherfucking Virgil. Okay, you didn't know. You were under a rock. You were chilling with your girl. You were doing, okay, you didn't know. No problem. Okay, now you know. You taking the fight? Or you just going to announce at a later date whether you stand at 147 or 154? What you going to do now? Now that you know. You got Virgil Ortiz on the table, the biggest fight of your career, the most lucrative fight of your career, the fight where can't nobody say you ain't fought nobody. This fight would eliminate every single thing that people say negative about Boots if you take this fight and you whoop his ass. You didn't know. Eddie did it without your knowledge. Okay, well, find out how much money it's for, and if it's the most money you ever made, then what we talking about? You know now.
Exactly.
You can't. There's no way to escape that. There's no way to escape that. And I believe he knew the whole time. But if y'all want to give me that bullshit about him not knowing and Eddie Hearn did this and Eddie Hearn did that, cool, no problem. No problem at all. What are you gonna do now? That's what I want to know. So yeah, bro, it's a duck. And even if, and then if you want to take it a step further, KQ, if he didn't know, it's his job to know. It's your job to know. You the fighter. It's your job to know what's going on with you. It's your job to stay what's up with the latest news and what your promoter is doing for you and what the next move and shit is. That's your job to know. So if you didn't know, that's negligence. If you know now and you don't take the fight, that's still a fucking duck. Yeah. So what are we talking about, bro?
That's what I'm saying. If you knew, if you didn't know, okay, well now you know. Okay, now what you gonna do? Now any other fighter, let's say Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford said, man, okay, well, all right, we're gonna be at 154. We're gonna be at 154 then. Okay, all right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's keep negotiating. You know, but no, you like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, wait, no, I thought 147. No, that's okay. You know, no, that
man, I like Boots a lot, bro. This is not
I like him too. He quiet, laid back, but he got to change a few things. You know, he wanted to change a few things.
Yeah, and you gonna have to, now that you know that offer is on the table, you gonna have to take that shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take that shit. And if you didn't know, you need, why isn't he? See, this is my thing, bro. Like, if you didn't know, then why ain't he cooking Eddie Hearn? Why ain't his daddy cooking Eddie Hearn? Like if you didn't know and he did that shit, they should be going at Eddie Hearn full court. Like, bro, you making me look bad. You supposed to be why ain't they doing that? See, y'all gotta pay attention to people, man. A lot of y'all have trouble paying attention to people and how they move or whatever. If he didn't know, basically Eddie Hearn was out there doing some bullshit and fucking him off, and he didn't attack Eddie. He ain't going to Eddie. He just said, I didn't know about it. I'll make a decision at a later date. If it don't come from me, then don't believe it or whatever. Boy, you probably going to Eddie Hearn because he fucking up your name right now. He's doing the opposite of promoting you. And you ain't say nothing about him. You know what I mean? So for me, bro, I don't buy that shit, man. I don't buy that shit at all. I feel like he knew about it the whole time. And then even if that's the excuse, now that you know and you know the offer is on the table, you can get the fight can still get made. So what we doing? What we doing is the biggest and best fight of your career. What are we doing, bro? Take that shit and beat his ass if you can beat his ass, man. You ain't got shit. And then the other route that they try to go is he's a 147-pound champion, KQ. Well, Karen was his mandatory, KQKC. So he don't have a mandatory coming up for another 12 months. He could take that fight and still keep his belt. So what's the problem? He's in no threat of losing his belt because that's another thing. Oh, well, he want undisputed. He want this. He want that. Why can't he take the fight at 154 pounds and then come back down to 147 as champion? Because he already exercised his mandatory when he fought Karen. So it's not like the IBF is going to strip him because he can do whatever the fuck he want to do for the next 12 months. So there's no reason this fight shouldn't happen, bro. No reason whatsoever other than if Boots don't want it.
Well, knockout. He must told him he didn't want it like within 5 minutes. Because then as I asked, he got a call and said, you know, they gave me 1 hour to answer. Do I want to fill in for Boots or not? And he said yes right away. So Boots must told him, hey, no, I don't want it. I want to fight at 147. Nope. You know. So what we doing now? Xander, he gonna step in there, huh?
That's what he said.
So
he said they gave me 24 hours. It took me 1 day, 1 hour, 1 hour. I signed that shit. That's what Xander said. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Real Deal. Will Kieran versus Schofield even be sanctioned? He number 40 in the WBC. I don't know. Probably not.
They can pay to get him ranked higher, bro. Like if that fight was to happen, they'll pay to get him ranked higher, and he'll be fine. WBC love Oscar De La Hoya, so.
Oh yeah, and the Phenomenal Show once again back in that super chat. He said, keep in mind, this is supposedly the second time Eddie has done this. Bad business. Yes, I've been saying that for long. Eddie Hearn is just, bad for business. Not only with the zone and all that, it just, he just don't know United States of American boxing and how they move.
Phenomenal Show, not wrong. He ain't wrong with that. I would just say, Boots Ennis got social media. He just said, don't believe nothing unless you see it, you hear it from me. Okay, well then let us know that. Like we shouldn't have to be out here. Well, supposedly Eddie did this, or this is what's going on, man. I think Boots this. I think he should speak for himself. He should come out and he should say something for himself. If that's the tack you're gonna take, you need to be out here defending your name. Because right now your name look bad out here in these boxing streets, bro. And I'm a very reasonable person. Y'all know I'm very reasonable. Y'all know what I'm saying makes sense. You know it do, bro. Y'all know what KQ saying makes sense, bro. Like I got questions, bro. Like if he didn't know, it's his job to know. If I watch you say you're gonna move up to 154 and then you get a big fight offered at 154 and then you say, well, I'm gonna make it a announcement at a later date, I'm looking at you sideways. If you didn't know and now you found out and you're supposed to be big dog Boots Ennis, you're supposed to want all the smoke, you're supposed to be the man, everybody ducking you, everybody running from you. Okay, now you know. So you're gonna be the big man, you're gonna be the Boots, you're gonna be the boogeyman, you're gonna be the one that want all the smoke. You're gonna be the one that's just tired of these guys not fighting you because you got a name, you finally got a name that want to fight you now, and now you know. Yeah. And you still and we still ain't seen no movement. I got questions, bro. I'm sorry. I got questions, bro. Y'all can be mad, or we can agree to disagree, or y'all can hit the link when I'm live by myself, whatever. But bro, this shit don't look good.
Is he overrated? Knockout?
Huh?
You think he's overrated? You think they jumped?
I don't think Boots is overrated. I think maybe he's maybe his team isn't as, maybe they ain't with all the shit they said they was with, bro. In terms of like we old school, we want all the smoke, we smoke all these big names. I'm gonna be even better when I fight somebody that's actually a better opponent or whatever. Like this isn't the move of somebody who's fought 30 fights and then they just tired of not getting opportunity. This is not the move of somebody that's just so fed up with not getting opportunities that they just tired of guys not fighting them. Because now you got a guy that's willing to fight you on a big card for the biggest bag either one of y'all ever seen, and your response is, I didn't know about it. If you don't hear nothing from me, then it didn't come from me, and I'll make my announcement for 154, 147 at a later date. The statement should have said, KQ, I ain't know shit about this. If you didn't hear nothing about it from me, it didn't come from me. But Virgil, go ahead and send that contract. Turkey, go ahead and send that contract. I'm signing that bitch right now. What's up? That's what the comment should have been, bro. That's what it should have been about. All this other shit got me looking at him sideways, bro. Yeah. That's it.
And I agree with Joseph Jackson. You know, he's not chasing greatness. You know, I don't know what he's chasing, but it's not greatness. It's not greatness.
Yeah. He got to take that shit. Maybe he didn't say that. Maybe they the moment he found out, and I'm with D1, maybe the moment he found out, they started negotiating. If he announced the fight in the next couple of days and he signed that shit, okay, we got action. Boots is who we thought he was. But if he ends up fighting some dude in April that we don't know, if he ends up like y'all gotta understand this all is in conjunction, right? If his next fight is somebody that is not better than Virgil, meaning if he's not fighting a unification in April, because Eddie said if he don't take this fight, he'll be back in April. If that fight's not a unification, if that fight's not another big name at 154 where he's the main event or some shit, then I hope y'all will be willing to revisit this conversation. But y'all know I'm usually right because I don't see any of that happening. Virgil was the fight that was going to be a big fight. I don't see anything bigger or better than Virgil out there for him. So that's all I got on that, man. You got anything else on it?
No, just I like I say, I think it's a duck, and Tim Bradley, you know, everybody call him a duck right now, so he got to pretty much step up to the plate and prove us wrong.
This Pooh the Kid TV says he won't undisputed at 147. Come on, y'all. He done said this over and over for years. Let him run his path the way he chose. Those fights at 147 pounds are not there for him.
He just made an announcement that he want all the smoke at 154.
That and those fights are not there for him. He is at Matchroom. Matchroom has none of those champions. His name is not big enough to be doing cross promotional shit. Top Rank is not feeding it's not feeding Brian Norman Jr. to him. Brian Norman Jr. already has a fight in March, so that's not available. Whatchamacallit? Imonta Stanionis is fighting on Tank Davis's undercard. That's not available. And again, fighting Virgil Ortiz does not ruin his dreams because he's already exercised his IBF mandatory. So he doesn't have a mandatory coming up. He could move up to 154, fight Virgil Ortiz, get his stock up, make his name even bigger, and go back down to 147. And now that you're a bigger name and you just beat Virgil, maybe now you can get Brian Norman Jr. to come to the table. Maybe now you can get fucking Imantas Stanionis to come to the table. But they're not coming to the table next because they already got fights. Sorry, bro. It is what it is. This ain't looking good. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I'm sure I'll be talking about it tomorrow as more news comes out. And hopefully some news comes out that could change my mind, because I don't like disagreeing with my brother D1. But hopefully something comes out that can change my mind. But that's all I got on that, KQ. You got anything else before I want to get to the next topic, man?
No, that's it. Yeah.
All right. So check this out, man. Tank Davis, Lamont Roach, official announcement came yesterday. No, came on Friday. Official announcement came Black Friday. Tank versus Roach for March the 1st. The press conference is Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday. What are your thoughts now that it is official? Everything that was going on with Tank and Roach. Is PBC broke? Is what's going on with the venue? Tank Davis is thinking about leaving and asking for more money. What's going on with all of that, all of those narratives? What do you expect from the press conference? Just your initial thoughts on Tank versus Roach now that it's official.
Well, of course, PBC is not broke, but you're not gonna listen to me, whoever out there, the haters like Rick Glazer, because you're gonna keep saying it, because you've been saying it since 2015. And PBC every year, every month, every week, they proving the haters wrong. And so it's no news for me even talking about it, because you're gonna think what you want to think about PBC, because your love and hate for Al Heyman and your love for Oscar De La Hoya. That's why. No, PBC is not broke. PBC is doing a great job right now. Yes, Al Heyman is sick. Yes, of course. But still in all, it's other people in place that knows what they're doing also. Now, what I expect is Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis in the press conference. Now, that press conference, it should be lit up, because Lamont Roach is looking like he's not about to lay down, because they know each other. And what you're going to hear is back and forth about what they did in the amateurs, or what I did to you and what you did to me and this and that. Because remember, Lamont Roach fought at 135 a couple times. So, so he pretty much is not going to lay down. Yes, this is the biggest payday he ever had. This is the biggest payday he ever had. Yes, but still, in all, Tank is not going to let no one outdo him. Now, I hear people saying, well, why don't Tank just, tell Lamont Roach thanks, but no thanks, and go ahead and fight Shakur or whatever? Well, he can't do that. And the reason why he can't do that is because he will get sued, okay? Because that is a contract, all right? That contract is binding, all right? And binding in the court of law. So he cannot do that. Now, also, Gervonta Davis, no, he is not going to jail more times than he's fighting. Now, I never know Gervonta Davis to go to jail, 30 times or whatever? Rick Glazer, stop hating. Stop all that goddamn hating, because that's all you've been doing ever since you even heard of Gervonta Davis. Now, I don't want to hear that bullshit talking about, my wife is black. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing to me. All right? I'm old enough to tell you right now that I have seen a lot of races, and some of them took off the sheets now. All right? And they are still racist. And they got a black woman or a Puerto Rican woman on their arm. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. All right? So don't give me that. So stop lying so damn much for Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya still carrying that torch for the hate for PBC and Floyd Mayweather, because he lost one goddamn fight. All right? So please, I don't want to hear all that. Now, PBC is doing fine. GTD is doing fine. Tom Brown is doing fine. I talked to Samson Lewis yesterday. His wife is very, very, very ill, but he still keep on coming and getting ready to get David and versus David together for February the 1st. Tank March the 1st. Do this sound like PBC going broke? Because everybody's got their contract signed. Do that really sound like it? Now, I hear all the noise because every time you listen to Eddie Hearn, he always say, oh, we sent him a massive big deal, right? Ain't nothing massive about shit Eddie has sent, all right? He always trying to make things bigger than what they really are, all right? But they not. You know, what's going on, Dean, by any means, my guy, all right? You know, so, I mean, I'm tired of the hate on PBC and Tank Davis. See, the new thing is this. Let's hate on Tank. All right, because we ain't got nobody else to hate on. Let's hate on Tank because Tank is making the money. He putting the asses in the seats, and he got swagger, right? He got swagger that the young people like. He got swagger that the young people love, right? I'm sorry. So the other fighters, you got to step up your game, baby. You got to step up your game. That's all. One thing a promoter is supposed to do is promote you, but you got to do the rest. All right. So that's all I got knocked out for that. But what I expect is not an easy fight, but a fight where Gervonta Davis will figure Lamont Roach out. I think under 3 rounds, and because they know each other already, and he just gonna go in there and finish. You know, that's all.
Yeah, Dean, what's up, man? We gotta talk tomorrow night, Dean. Whew, we gotta talk tomorrow night, bro. Hopefully something changes between now and then. But as far as Tank versus Roach, number one, I saw people saying 50K pay-per-view buys, 100 pay-per-view buys, or 100,050 pay-per-view buys. Anybody want to take them bets? I got 1,000 push-ups. It does way better than any of them numbers y'all put in the chat. All you hating ass people, y'all won't take those bets though. So Joseph, I'll bet you secret dance moves. I saw you in the chat as well. I'll bet y'all it'll do well over them numbers y'all putting out there. So y'all let me know if y'all want to take them bets. I can get your ass in shape. 1,000 push-ups for either one of y'all. Now with that being said, first I want to talk about how now everyone see this is what people do, KQKC. They put up all these lies and these fake ass narratives, right? About how PBC ain't got no money, how Tank Davis is asking for more money, and now the fight is announced, right? Right. And now that the fight is announced, people want to move to, oh well, it's a trash fight. Oh well, it's a garbage fight. Oh well, let's go back to them narratives and let me hear you say you was wrong about all them lies you was telling first. Then we can get to talking about how you feel about the fight being trash and he should have did this or he should have done that. What people are trying to do, KQ, is they trying to skip over like they weren't lying, talking about how people was broke and how it ain't nothing wrong with the venue and how Tank Davis was asking for this, but they didn't want to pay him that. All this other shit, right? All I know is this, KQ, when they announced the fight or when they first said that the shit could get postponed when it was December the 14th, Dan Raphael said the fight could be postponed because they're having issues with the venue. There's a 50-50 shot that it's not going to happen December 14th. Well, KQ, we fast forward to today. All I know is the fight got postponed, and the only thing that changed was the venue. Seems like Dan Raphael was right. Seems like he might have been right, KQ, because he made it a report. The fight got postponed like his report said, and the only thing they changed was they moved the venue. Don't nobody want to talk about that shit no more. Now everybody want to skip over all that shit, and now you want to talk about the fight now. No, go back to all them fucking narratives, all that bullshit y'all was saying when motherfuckers was debating me on my channel, when I was hitting people links, cooking their ass, going off, debating them. Go back to all that shit and go back and be like, damn, KO was right. Then we can start talking about the other shit y'all trying to talk about today. Don't nobody want to go back and correct themselves. And that's what's wrong with boxing YouTube. When motherfuckers be wrong, bro, y'all just be like, okay, I was wrong about that one. Let me make up the next bullshit. Let me find another bullshit narrative and let me just forget about that. No, let's go back to the other bullshit you were saying before all of this, bro. Let's go back to that before we move any further. So that was the first thing that I thought. As far as the press conference, because I asked you about the press conference. I'm watching specifically to see what Lamont Roach is going to do. And what I mean by that, KQ, is I don't want any what I'm gonna call Frank Martin energy. I don't want any Frank Martin energy. And that is like, I don't want to see Lamont Roach do whatever Tank Davis wants him to do. Right?
Okay.
I don't want to see, like, when Tank Davis is aggressive, Lamont Roach is aggressive back. When Tank Davis is want to be friendly, Lamont Roach is friendly back. I want to see Lamont Roach stick to whoever he gonna be. If it's gonna be up and it's gonna be aggressive with Tank, and you gonna match that energy, keep that shit all the way through. If you're gonna be cool and laid back and you're not gonna buy into it and you're gonna keep your calm and your composure, do that shit all the way through. I don't want to see him changing and trying to match energy with Tank, because that means that he's letting Tank lead him throughout the entire press conference, and now Tank is already in his head. So I'm gonna be watching, because I know what Tank is gonna do. KQ, he's gonna come out, he gonna be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look him in his eye, tell him, I'm gonna stop you, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do, like, he gonna do all that shit. I want to see Lamont Roach's reaction to that, and if he's able to stay within himself and keep whatever energy he has to start the press conference, keep that shit all the way throughout. You know what I mean? Show me that the moment is not too big for him. So that's what I'm going to be watching for, first and foremost. So I'm excited to see the press conference. As far as the fight, it's an okay fight for a backup fight. We all know it's a backup fight. It's a stay busy fight. I ain't got no problem with him taking a stay busy fight, since no one wanted smoke with him during this time. Loma ducked him. Shakur went to Matchroom. Ryo ducked him. What do you want him to do? Just not fight? No, go ahead and get your fight in. And then hopefully once everybody has their next fight, because we know Shakur's fighting sometime in February. Tank's fighting in March. We know Loma's going to probably be coming back soon as well. Once everybody gets available again, hopefully these guys don't duck them so we can get them in a more desirable fight that we all want to see. That's all I got on it, man.
Exactly. And like I say, Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, I don't think they will fight. I see someone in the chat. Devin Haney is not in the same weight class as Gervonta Davis right now, so I don't see that fight ever happening.
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to watch Tank and Devin right now. Devin need to come back and get some W's and get his name back up.
Right, exactly. You know,
ain't nobody trying to watch Tank fight people coming off of a loss. Y'all would cook him for that shit. So stop it, bro. Exactly. Stop that shit, or a bad performance, I should say, because that's a no contest now. I want the Devin Brigade to come at me or whatever. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit, man.
Yeah. So, but that's all I got on that on knockout.
Yeah, man. I'm shit. It's 10:30. I really don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have anything else to go over with you. If you got any other topics though, I got a little time. If you got anything else you want to talk about, we can talk about it real quick.
No. It's just that the Carissa Shields. I think we talked about that, but you know how she got in her feelings and everything about Amanda Serrano. But I think Amanda Serrano is a good fighter, and yes, I think Cameron was right. Most watched women's fight. I mean, even though they was there for the main event, but still they saw the fight. You know, that's how I look at it. They saw the fight, and they didn't get disappointed. So shout out to both women, and they got paid. You know, so I don't have a problem with that. So
yeah, I think Clarissa Shields is a great fighter. I think she's the best women's boxer in the world right now. But you know, when you see everybody don't like to see they contemporaries or they competitors shining, and you know, she's in competition with Katie Taylor, she's in competition with Amanda Serrano, and the fact that they got all that shine, you know, she probably feel like she deserved that shine because she's a better fighter than them. So I think that has a lot to do with her reaction. So you know, it is what it is. I hope hopefully she can put herself in position to get a similar opportunity in the near future. You know, she's gonna have to fight somebody like Savannah Marshall again. She's gonna have to drop some pounds and maybe fight an Alicia Baumgardner or something like that if she wants to have a moment like that or have that type of fun in the sun, so to speak. But that's all I got on it, man. Just let the people know when you're gonna be live again.
Oh yes,
go ahead.
I'll be live tomorrow, 11:00 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'll be live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And unless something changes, I do have to talk to my Philly brothers about this Jerron Boots in his duck move, because that's exactly what it is. I hate I have to do it, but hopefully something changes to where he can change my mind. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to check out our daily content. Check out our exclusive members content, and we'll catch y'all soon. I appreciate you, KQ. I'll catch you on the next one, man.
All right, y'all take care and be easy. All right, knockout.
Peace, y'all.
This song is dedicated to all those ballers out there and all those hustlers. And just people out there just getting their money on, you know what I'm saying? To all of you haters, just remember this. I'm living it up, y'all.
In my lifetime, haters tried to put me down, telling me things I couldn't do, and goals I won't achieve. Even my best friends used to tell me that I wouldn't amount to much, but thoughts like those I could not foresee. So I got diamond rings and pearls.
Girls out there that's chasing paper.